Hi, it's Oa and welcome back to my channel for another video. And today I will be sharing my April theme with you guys, and it is painting and painting supplies theme, which is my theme for April, and I am very excited to share this one. It is a very colorful theme, and this is the supplies that I will be using for this video. First of all, I have my notebook from Amazon. It was from Sequis. And then I use my Faber Castel Pitt artist pens for my fine liner, as well as my Uniball eye pens, which I use in multiple different sizes. And then this is the color scheme that I chose. I went with a purplish blue, a darker blue, and a salmon orangey color, and I hope you will enjoy this theme. Also, they are Tombow dual brush markers, and all of my supplies will be listed in the description box down below, as well as the timestamp for this video. So if you are interested in anything in particular, you will be able to find that directly, as well as the flip through for all of the finished pages at the end of this video. The inspiration behind this theme is a picture that I had in my head that I really wanted to put into a theme, and it is just like an artist studio. My aunt is an artist, and I just always picture her studio as a comfort place that is super inviting, and as someone that also loves art, I absolutely loved that studio. And when I thought of new themes idea, I just had this vision of that art studio, and I wanted to make it into a theme, so I decided to have a kind of painting gear and supplies for my theme. And for the doodles for this theme, you can see that I'm making one right here. I have a lot of easels and canvases, as well as paintbrushes, just all throughout the theme, and that's kind of the doodles that will come back all throughout this video, and I will explain a little bit better how I actually made them. And I also did a little pegboard with kind of two little postcards just under the title, just to fill up the space a little bit more. I thought it made it look like kind of having the art pieces that are exposed on the wall, and then I have some canvases which I just drew some blobs of paint on them, kind of just squiggles basically. And if you are confused, yes, this is in fact my second theme for April. I already shared one, and the reason is that I always have two videos coming out with two different themes, so you guys have more ideas. This one is my secondary bullet journal, which I use to make the physical copies of what will be my digital bullet journals that I sell on my website. I will talk a lot more about this later on, but I just wanted to explain that really quickly. But now we are moving on to the calendar page, which I kept extremely simple. I just have the 6x6 squares grid for 30 days, since April has 30 days. And then the first square of each day will have a line of color, but you will see that in a second. I'm drawing another one of those little pegboard things on the top of the page, just to fill up the space a little bit more. You will see throughout this theme that I have a lot of little fillers like this one, just to make use of the page and just not leave too much blank space. And here I'm adding the colors, and you can see a little bit better of the color scheme that I've chosen. which I am in love with. I purposefully chose colors that I actually never use, and I think it looks so cool, and I'm so excited about this theme. Here is another angle of me making an easel. I tried to make it a little bit three-dimensional with having the legs of the easel have the third dimension, and then having the side of the canvas also showing. I kept all of the canvases blank, and I just used some very light brown to use for the shadow, kind of like if it was the wood that is usually behind the canvases showing through. And then for the title of this page, it is my favorite thing that I have done for this theme. I used a paint roller brush doodle, which you will see in a second, and then I painted a strip of paint and added the title on top, and I just love how it looks. I think I really like that one. It is very cool. Before we go any further in this video, I wanted to share with you guys my digital planner and bullet journal shop, where I make all of the digital versions of all of the pages that I make in my videos, so you guys can also get them and be able to have all of the benefits of bullet journaling without actually having to make one. I release a new theme every month, and for this month, this is the theme, which is the painting theme that you have already seen in this video. So if you'd like to be twinning with me and have the same theme, then you can go check out my channel, my website, and you can get it in the description box down below. And I have 3 versions of it. I have the normal version, just like I have in this video. I have a not colored version if you want to color it yourself, and I also have an undated version that doesn't have any dates, so you can use it for any month. And I also have a lot of other penners and just a whole lot of more things that are where those ones are. So if you are interested in any of that, the link will be below. Thank you for listening to me, and we will get back into our regularly scheduled video. And the next spread for today is a habits tracker, which I made using a canvas for every single one of the mini calendars. So you have one per habits, and there's 9 of them, so you can track 9 different habits in 1 month. And it is a very simple layout that is pretty easy to do. I just have 9.5 square by 7 squares for each one of the rectangles, with a half square border on the inside, and then the column in between in the middle is 4 squares wide, and then in between each habit there's 1 square tall. So it is a very simple layout. I just have the kind of border that I will color in and add just some dots to represent the nails that canvases has on the side. And then here I'm just making the title, which I just did simple calligraphy with some doodles on the side. I have a tube of paint as well as a paintbrush. So nothing crazy, I just kept it pretty simple, but you can see a little bit better how I made those. And then I'm adding the mini calendar inside of each habits tracker. If you don't know how it works, you basically have a mini calendar for each habit, and you can choose one thing that you want to track each month. So for example, if you want to get 8 hours of sleep or drink a certain amount of water, And then if you do it, then you can just cross out the day in the calendar or color it in. Continuing with my trackers, now we have the mood tracker, and I think this is one of my favorite mood trackers in a really long time. I really like how this one came out. I decided on making a giant paint palette, which is just a palette to put the paint on when you're trying to paint something. And I used the kind of wood style ones, which is oval with this kind of V shape, rounded V shape in the front, and there's a hole in it, which is where you would put, I think, your thumb inside of it to keep it from moving and have it in your hand while you're painting. And then I just drew blobs on top of it, just like if it was paint, which I numbered them. And the way it works is just basically you have one blob of paint for each day, and you can add your mood for each one of the days, and you can use it to track your mood and help to see kind of like patterns, and also if you do anything to help your mood to see if it actually works, like self-care or anything like that. So I think it's a really useful spread to have. This next tracker, we have my sleep tracker, which is a pretty standard tracker to have. I just keep it pretty simple with just the basics of trackers, and the sleep tracker is basically self-explanatory. It is to track your sleep, and I personally use it a lot because I want to have an idea of how much I actually sleep to see if I can find what sleep schedule works the best for me. But obviously there's multiple different reasons that you might want to use one. And the way I made this one, I just have a line at the top, which I will color in with some brown later, and then going down I have the days of the month, and then the part that will be brown also has the numbers for the hours of the 24 hours in the day. And you can basically just color it in every day to how many hours you have slept. The bottom, I just have the title using the same kind of paintbrush technique as I did in the calendar, but a more simple version with a just normal brush, and some canvases on the side to make it a little bit more interesting. moving right along, we have my water tracker, which I think is a great reminder that you need to drink more water. If you're anything like me, you probably need that reminder, and a water tracker is a good motivation to reach your hydration goals and be consistent with it. I just have a simple box with at the top for the hours for the amount of water drank, and then on the side the days of the month. For the title, I really like the one I did the simple calligraphy, but I outline the entire thing with a black fine liner, and then I added a couple of doodles on the side. I have a tube of paint and then a mini paint palette, keeping it pretty simple and not adding too much because there's not a lot of space around the page when there's such a big tracker, so just keeping it pretty simple. And also, if you are interested in seeing how I use these type of spreads in my daily life, I would highly suggest you go check out my TikTok, where I post daily updates on my bullet journal and I film when I actually fill it in. So if you want more bullet journaling content, I would highly suggest you go follow me on there. It is the business account for my small business as well, but I do both on that account. And we are almost done with this video because the only thing we have left is this weekly spread, which I absolutely adore. I inspired myself from a past theme that I did back in February of 2021, which was a while ago now, but I used the same technique, which is kind of a pegboard style. Like, I did the smaller doodles throughout the theme, and then you just have the grid in the back, and then on top of it you have kind of like sheets of papers hang on it with little clips, and then each one of these papers is for one day of the week, so there's actually a lot of space to write. And on the left page, I have only half of the page used in the pegboard because I have the lower part for more drawings as well as a mini calendar. I just decided to keep that space to make things more fun. I could have had one more day, but I decided to just condense the weekend into one box instead of losing more space. I preferred having more drawings for once, and you will see these drawings in just a second here. I did an easel with a Canva for the mini calendar to show what month it is and then highlight which week in the month it is, and then I made a shelf with letters of the first 3 letters of the month and just some more random doodles at the bottom just to fill up the space. But that's pretty much all of it for this video. I am so excited that I have done something so different from what I have done so far. I've really been trying to branch out and try a lot of new things and different things for my bullet journal, so I hope you enjoyed it. Reminder to check out my shop if you are interested in anything that I offer. And just thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe for more. Follow me on all of my other socials for more daily updates. Don't forget to leave a comment with any other theme ideas. I always try to respond to as many comments as I possibly can. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!